Hello, welcome to TESOL 460, Second Language Acquisition course. I am Dr. Ulubek Mohamedov, and in this short tutorial, I would like to talk briefly about this course. In this tutorial, I would like to define the term SLA and also talk about the course objectives and why teachers would benefit by taking this course. So first of all, what is SLA? So, SLA has probably a number of different definitions, but SLA, second language acquisition, refers to the beginning of another language after a first language has been acquired. So whether it's a third language or the fourth language or the fifth or the 10th language, but second language acquisition studies the acquisition of other languages after the first language has been acquired. So, it's very interesting, right? I mean, you see some people who speak one language, we call them monolinguals, and we also see people who speak two languages, like bilinguals, or more languages, multilinguals, or polyglots. And, they might know a secret, right? Especially those people who speak more than one language. They might know somehow how language functions, how language works. Maybe that's why they learn so many languages. So in this course, we would like to examine how second languages are learned and why some learners are more successful than others. Or myself, for example, I was born and raised in Uzbekistan, and I learned English after I was 13 years old, and why I still carry this non-native speaker accent, right? So this is what second language acquisition studies, okay? And there are a couple of course objectives, and one of them is understand the history and major controversies in the field of second language acquisition, and explain the differences between first and second language acquisition. We'll also briefly talk about bilinguals, so I hope that this topic would be of interest to some of you. And also evaluate major theories and models in second language acquisition. And also we'll try to understand cognitive, linguistic, and affective and social factors that influence second language acquisition. So I would like to show you this image. So it's an elephant, and probably some of you already know this. So as you can see, this a couple of blind men touched an elephant and came up with a different conclusion. So, one blind man touched its ear and thought it was a fan. And somebody touched its tail and thought it was a rope. And somebody else touched its leg and thought it was a tree. And so, as you can see, different blind men touched different parts of an elephant and came to a different conclusion. SLA is pretty much looks like this picture, because linguists, psychologists, psycholinguists, phonologists, sociologists examine second language acquisition from different perspectives and sometimes come to different conclusions. So we'll talk about how these subfields or major fields influence some of the major findings in the area of SLA. And some of you might be wondering, I'm a teacher, I'm a language teacher, I work with students, I want some practical ideas. Why should I take this theory course? Well, I mean, it's not really theory, SLA, you can apply some of the SLA findings to facilitate language acquisition in and out of classroom settings. So for example, I mean, some of you might be wondering, right? Like you as a teacher teach, let's say, 20 students, right? And most of your students make progress and follow your instructions, while some students don't follow your instructions and do not make progress. So why, right? So, or does drilling work, right? Or is vocabulary memorization helpful? Or if you are using flashcards, do you think it's a good way to learn vocabulary, right? So these are some of the questions we'll answer. But also, please note, so these are two of my favorite quotes from two of the famous SLA specialists. One of them is, it's actually from the book, Lightbaum and Spatter, who said, knowing more about second language acquisition research will not tell you what to do in your classroom tomorrow morning. In other words, hey, if you read the SLA theories, it's not going to necessarily improve your teaching. However, each study has its implications, right? And as a teacher, you can derive practical applications from the implications of the study. So that's what Gasbany and Plonsky said in 2013. So, quote, the study of SLA is separate from the study of language pedagogy, although this doesn't mean that there are not implications that can be drawn from SLA to the related discipline of language teaching, and that arise in classroom cannot be used in the understanding of SLA. So I hope you found this introductory video helpful, and please follow the content on D2L and let me know if you have any questions. Again, welcome to TESOL 460 Second Language Acquisition course.